much do you make? Which is an exciting thing, but obviously scary. I'll quit and I'll go see them for a month on the holidays. I'm just an anxious girly. I'm just a type A girly. I think I need like a stupid in Target day. Hello, welcome to another payday routine video. Today is Saturday morning. I'm filming this thing at like 7, what time is it? It's 7:28 in the morning. This is the paycheck from yesterday. This paycheck is ripe for the picking, my December 12th paycheck. I just decided last night that I was gonna get up early and go ahead and budget this paycheck. I've got a lot of things that I wanna make sure to accomplish today, and it'll be good to know that I've already decided where my money from my paycheck's gonna go. Being that it is so early, a cozy setup was a necessity for today. I brought my big yellow comfy chair all the way over here. I needed to be able to lean back and just relax as we do this together. I also lit my candle over there. I have a 4-wick Febreze candle over there that one of my patients gave to me, and he was very clear in his instructions when he gave it to me. He was like, this is a 4-wick candle. It will last you 50 hours, but only if you burn 1 wick at a time. And I was like, hands up. So I've been burning like 1 to 2 wicks at a time. It's been lasting a while. I've had it like over a week now. Not sure if that was pertinent information to this video, but there it is. If you're new to these videos, then hello, I'm Kayla. I'm 27. I am currently working as a travel physical therapist. I started making finance videos really just to show some pay transparency, because when I started looking at jobs in the field of when I started looking at jobs in the field of physical therapy, I felt like I had no idea what other people were making, and it felt like a rude question to just go up to people and be like, so how much do you make? So I tried to bridge that gap a little bit, and I was like, I'm just gonna start sharing exactly how much money I make. And that is how I got to making finance videos, but it's grown to so much more than that, because now I usually post monthly money reset videos where I set up my budget every single month and I run through everything that I spent that month, everything that I made that month, what I have saved and invested. And recently I've been trying to make more payday routine videos just to break things down even more. It really wasn't until I started making videos consistently like this, which I guess was maybe about 2 years ago, that I really started staying on top of my budget. So I kind of make videos now to be a little accountability partner, be here, remind you to do your budget. We are able to be so much more in control of our finances when we know exactly where our money is going. And I also just make these videos to make budgeting less intimidating, because sometimes I think it can be scary to actually take a look at those numbers, especially if you haven't done it in a while, and sitting down, chatting in a very cozy format, judgment-free zone, but it's just me and you here. I think that hopefully that helps make budgeting a little bit less intimidating. So that's why I make these videos. I also make lifestyle videos, and I have been much better about posting recently. It can be hard to post consistently as someone who does work a full-time 9-to-5 job, but I love posting on YouTube and just sharing my life. I try to share how I try to live my best life and try not to let work control my life. And I've been much, much better about it in December, because I made a goal for myself to post twice a week. And so far, we're hitting it. And in case the people wanted to know, today I have a Christmas cup. I don't have my avocado cup. This is what I got for myself from the Dollar Tree when I did my decorating for Christmas video, and I wanted something to be festive for the season, so I have a Christmas cup. Okay, also I think I should probably say a little bit of background on my financial situation. If you're new, I think, context is important. So I get paid weekly, and my pay can vary a lot because I work in home health. So some of my pay comes from mileage, and it does fluctuate a little bit depending on how far I had to drive that week. If I took a day off that week, I'm not a salaried worker, I don't have any PTO, so my pay can fluctuate a lot. I do work contracts for about 3 months at a time, and then I'll just take a break. So sometimes I'm not making any money at all. I am working right now, so I have a paycheck to budget. And then also, as far as where my money goes, I do kind of share finances. No, I share finances with my fiance. We split some things. We really just decide who takes on different bills. For example, I pay for groceries, he pays for all the eating out, and he does take on more of just our shared expenses in general because he makes more money than I do. Even if our financial situation isn't exactly equal, I definitely think it's equitable. We're not on the exactly 50-50 splitting finances end, and we're not on the other large end of like somebody being 80-20. Like, we're somewhere in the middle of that. The paycheck that I'm going to be budgeting today is my third to last paycheck for the foreseeable future. You'll know this if you've seen any of my other videos, but I'm trying to make a career switch right now. And so I'm really trying to just take a flyer out on myself and not tie myself down with another travel PT job. Whenever this one ends, I will just be full throttle applying to jobs. I've been taking an IT class for a couple months, and I've just been doing a lot of studying recently, a lot of interview prep, which is an exciting thing, but obviously scary because I don't know when I will have money come in again once I'm done getting payout from my current job. Although I am very excited to be finishing up with my current job soon. Just with the holidays coming around, one of the reasons that I even got into travel physical therapy was because when I was on my first full-time job, I was just shocked at how difficult it was to get PTO. And this was me entering the workforce after being in college and being in school for all of my life. I went straight from high school, straight to undergrad, and then straight to PT school. What I'm getting at is that my job told me that I had to pick between going home for Thanksgiving and going home for Christmas. And that was just baffling to me because the holidays have always been such a big time for me. There's just so much love and warmth, and I think a big part of that is being able to see my family, and the idea that I was only going to get a couple days and then I had to pick if I wanted to do Thanksgiving or Christmas. That sucked, and I was like, I need to do something differently. Fast forward 2 years later, and I'm about to be off from work on December 19th and then all the way till January 20th. That does just feel very validating to have been in a space where I was just like, wow, these people are deciding when and how long I can see my family, and I'm not happy with how long it is, and then just be like, fine, I'll quit and I'll go see them for a month on the holidays. I kind of got lost in that, but I was just saying that it is exciting that I'm going to be stopping this job soon, but also scary because, you know, don't know when I'm going to get a paycheck again. So what I've been doing is saving pretty aggressively, and you'll see that when I budget out this paycheck. You know, if I'm going cozy today, we might as well go full send. This is my absolute favorite blanket. It's so comfortable, and it can serve twofold, to lift up my laptop and then also to keep me comfy. I'm gonna bring it just a little bit closer now that I'm leaning back. I feel like that's good. Okay, so for this paycheck, I brought in $2,418.36, which is kind of a big paycheck. That's really just because I did so much driving last week. Like, they had me all over the place. And then my rollover, so the money that was still sitting in my account that I didn't put anywhere from the last paycheck, was $997 and a single penny. So together that gives me about $3,400 left to budget for this paycheck. First thing that I always do when I budget my paycheck is pay off any expenses that I hadn't before I got paid. And I usually have something to pay off in my credit cards. I love using credit cards. I really just try to use my credit cards like a debit card, and it's nice to always be getting like 2 to 3% back on whatever it is that I spend. I rarely buy anything with my debit card. And when I first started using credit cards, I was really good about almost daily going in there, checking to see if I had any expenses and paying off the card, because I truly wanted to use it like it was just my debit card. I will say though, that's really time consuming, and you're constantly waiting for a pending purchase to become an actual purchase. And it's just a lot to go into your credit card every single day and pay it off. So now I'm more pay it off weekly. Usually when I get my paycheck, I'll pay off the card in full. But if you're new to using credit cards or just trying to be more disciplined with your card, I would highly recommend doing what I did in the beginning and just paying it off every day. Like, force yourself to do that. Help yourself get your credit score up. And it probably even just helps build your own confidence with the fact that you can use this card in a safe way, because these companies give us these cards so that we will overspend, so that we will buy things that we're not able to afford, and then hopefully take forever to pay off and give them money in the process. So I really just enjoy using the card in the way that benefits me and not them. And I try to tell other people that they don't have to be as scary as they seem. That's my 2 cents about them. For this paycheck, I have a total of $485.07 to pay off on my credit card. And then I'm just gonna screenshot this and put it up on the screen so you can see exactly what all my expenses were that I needed to pay off. Devin did pay me back for buying us Cheesecake Factory one night because, like I said, he is the one that is in charge of paying when we eat out. So that brings my spending from credit cards down just a little bit. The other thing that I'm accounting for this month is I just paid the last $500 towards my IT class. The class was $3,000 in total, and we're finishing up here soon. Then also I got paid out from Etsy. I should have a better idea of how frequently Etsy pays me out. I have my budget template listed on Etsy. It's a really simple template. It's just 1 page. I created it myself and really built it up from what I started using initially in college. I think the template I started with initially was maybe from Devin. If it was even a template, like, it might have literally just been like item, expense. It's grown so much, and this is what is manageable for me right now. I do hope to eventually move into having a yearly budget spreadsheet, but there's a lot of formulas in those and it's a little complicated, and I'm not ready to make that switch yet, so I just use this monthly budget planner. You can use it all year long. It doesn't add everything up at the end of the year though. I got $17.12 from Etsy. What I'd been doing initially was just putting anything I made from my budget template straight into my emergency fund. I don't want to rely on any money from that. The sales are not big enough to like consider it income and plan on using that money for anything. But what I've started doing recently is moving some of the money from the budget sales into a tax sinking fund, so that whenever I go to pay my taxes and I report whatever the income was, I don't think that I have more in my emergency fund than I actually do. I probably should be moving like 30% of whatever I make from Etsy into my taxes sinking fund, but I just started doing that this very paycheck. For this one, I just put everything into it. If I don't have 30% saved actually in my taxes sinking fund and it comes tax time and I need more money, then I'll just pull it from my emergency fund. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna get a refund. I got a refund last year, so we're speaking positivity into the air. Okay, I think those are all the expenses that I hadn't accounted for before getting this paycheck that I wanted to go ahead and account for. So next I move on to paying for my subscriptions and bills. I can put a screenshot up of what subscriptions and bills I have right now. The one that's gonna hit sometime during this paycheck is my car insurance bill. So that's $123. And that's it for subs and bills for this paycheck. The next, I just kind of try to predict what money I'm going to need to spend with this paycheck. It's not a perfect science, but after predicting what money I'll need for this paycheck, I pretty much move all the rest of it into savings. So I do try to go ahead and think about what I might need to spend. So things I think I'm gonna need to buy with this paycheck are, I'm gonna go find a beauty supply store after this because I've decided that I'm gonna go ahead and braid my hair today. I don't know when else I would do it. Devin and I are gonna go to brunch tomorrow, and then I work all next week and we get on the road Thursday and start a road trip back home. And I did want to have braids for Christmas, so I think that today is the only day. And I'm gonna budget $100 for that because I need to get hair, I need to get gel. I know I'm gonna want some beads. Every single time I do my braids, I end up putting some sort of like beads or shell in them. I guess I like to feel a little exotic. We need to get groceries, even though we only have 1 week left here. We don't have any chicken left. I don't have any yogurt left. I have yogurt like every single day for breakfast. And then I really thought that was all I was gonna say that I had to spend this week, but yesterday a lot of spending happened. Devin and I went to a little coffee shop and I treated us, and I think that my total spending for that was maybe around $20. I hadn't even thought about that, so I'm gonna add that now. And then I also got us Chick-fil-A, and that was like another $20. I did all that because I was just trying to incentivize him to come to a coffee shop with me. Devin works from home every single day, and I'm like, you gotta get out there, you gotta explore. There are better places to work than right here, because that's where he works. And then also my camera broke yesterday. Oh, and that just broke my heart because I want a new camera. There was nothing in me that wanted to buy another DJI Osmo Pocket. It does fine, but I really wanted to make an upgrade. I did have insurance with Best Buy, so getting a new one was only $117. Okay. After budgeting for everything that I'm predicting that I will spend on this paycheck, I am left with $2,000. Oh, that's good. $2,000. That makes me feel a lot better. $2,417.30. That's a good amount of money to be able to move into savings. I'm still prioritizing saving into my Roth IRA over everything. I will be maxing that thing out at the end of this year, whatever it takes. Like if I had to move money from my emergency fund to put it in my Roth, I would max it out. I just really feel like investing my money versus saving it is important. And I think that I just think I have enough saved up right now that like I can prioritize investing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put $600 into my Roth IRA with this check. I wanna save into me and Devin's joint account, which is kind of like the least important thing to me right now. I've saved over $30,000 into that. And then he also has his own money saved in there. If I have the money to continue saving for us to buy a house and to save for our wedding, then I will. So I'm just gonna put $350 into that one. No. I'll put $300 into that one. And then for my long-term investing account, I'm gonna put $325 into that. And then the only sinking fund that I wanted to save into with this paycheck is my time off sinking fund. So I'm gonna save $250 into that. And that's it. That's everything budgeted for my paycheck. I then have $442 left to spend. Not at all. That's what I would like to keep in my checking account as a little buffer. The idea of my checking account actually hitting zero is terrifying. So yeah, that's pretty much nothing left to spend. I try to use the end of these payday routine videos to just talk about how I'm feeling about money currently. I feel like just recognizing our emotional state about money and just like recognizing our feelings is really important, because spending and saving and everything surrounding money is very emotional. And I think it's kind of just like recognizing your emotions with anything else. If you can call it out and just say something out loud, you can be less reactive. So this is really my first time pondering how I'm feeling about money currently. I think so many things have been happening in life, just with me trying to get this new job, trying to post regularly, finishing out the current job I have, which hasn't been the smoothest ride so far. Working in this job has really propelled my desire to want to work for myself as a physical therapist, beyond just not liking the constraints that other people place on me with my time and how long I need to see people for and how many people I need to see in a day. I don't always agree with the way that people are running their company, is what I will say. And so there's just been a lot going on in life, and my emotions around all of those things have made me not really consider how I'm feeling about money. I will say I'm not feeling very anxious about things right now, which I think almost maybe 80% of the time that I sit down and describe how I'm feeling, I would say that I'm feeling anxious. I'm just an anxious girly. I'm just a type A girly. It's easy to get anxious. I'm not anxious about money right now. But I am feeling like kind of meh. I am feeling like I need to feel something. I've just been so disciplined about making sure that I really only spend money on the things that I need. I feel like it's been very cut and dry, pay for my subscriptions and bills, save everything else. And spending hasn't been fun. I budget money for doodads every month for spending on things that I don't need to spend on, like it's just for fun. And I feel like I haven't done any doodad spending this month. Okay, I'm looking at my budget to see how much it is. I've only spent $25.41 on doodads this month. Wow, that was fast. People say I talk fast sometimes, especially because I deal with older people in home health and they're like, you're talking too fast, slow down. That was fast. $25.41. I've only spent that on doodads, and I feel like I should spend a little more. Maybe I'll go to the mall tomorrow. There is a Primark here in Katy, Texas. I don't know if you've ever been to Primark. I think it's Amazon's store. If you haven't been to Primark, you should find one. And you should go. It is just a fun experience. They have a little bit of everything. I also don't know how healthy this mindset is right here. Like, if I'm saying, oh, I feel like I need to feel something when it comes to money and that makes me want to spend, I don't know if that's truly good for me. I know that I shouldn't be seeking like long-term joy in my money. Spending just gives you a dopamine hit. It's just pleasure. It's nothing long lasting. So I'm not recommending, at least I'm not trying to recommend that you go do like thoughtless spending. But like I said, I feel like we should enjoy our money to a degree. I make money so that I can build a better life for myself, but also so that I can spend a little bit. I remember when I was in physical therapy school, I obviously had no money, wasn't working a job, and PT school is grueling, by the way. Sorry, I don't know what I dropped right there, but I meet people all the time who want to get into the field of physical therapy. And I have lots of thoughts on that. There are negatives and positives to it. One of the negatives is just PT school in general. School is so grueling. I was lucky enough to have a really good core friend group when I was in school, and we studied together. We were together all the time, mostly because we were always studying. And one of the things that me and my friend would always say is like, I just want to get a job and I just want to be able to go into Target and get whatever I want. And now I have a job, and if I really wanted to, I could go into Target and not get whatever I want, but like, I could be stupid in Target. So I think I need like a stupid in Target day or a stupid in Primark day. I think I want that. I don't know if I need that. So I'm gonna give it to myself. Those are all the thoughts that I have on money right now. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I love sitting down with you guys and chatting about money. If you're still watching, if you're still here, comment what your like most recent fun money spend was. It doesn't have to be a very expensive thing. It doesn't have to be a very cheap thing, but what's the thing that was most fun for you to buy recently or that you bought that you're enjoying now? I'll make that my pinned comment. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you very, very soon in another video. Bye.